Alright, YouTube, I'm back with another video topic. Today I want to talk about affirmative action. And before I talk about that topic, I have my note right here of the definition of affirmative action. The practice or policy of favoring individuals belonging to groups regarded as disadvantaged or subject to discrimination. Let me say that one more time. The practice or policy of favoring individuals belonging to groups regarded as disadvantaged or subject to discrimination. So with that being said, they got rid of affirmative action about 2 months ago. It's August, so I guess you could say 2 months ago. We'll just say because it was late May anyway. But there was a whole bunch of hoopla, right on time. A bunch of black people were complaining. Oh my God, y'all don't see what's about to happen. Oh my God, they're going to start kicking us out of them Ivy League schools now. Oh my God, the sky's falling, the sky's falling. And me personally, the more research I did on affirmative action, I'm almost baffled as to how y'all are just caring about this. Like, y'all should be celebrating that it's no longer there anymore, as opposed to crying that it's no longer there. I think affirmative action actually hurt us more than it helped us, because it allowed us to use that as a crutch to say, well, at least people that don't like us are putting us in positions to be amongst them, so to speak. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody was saying that they wanted more support for HBCUs. How do you get that if you're not going to HBCUs? Now you can support them the way that you say you have. I'm not a part of the group that wants to be, the first black man to do X, Y, and Z, the first black woman to do X, Y, and Z. And usually that always comes with us doing something at an Ivy League school that is predominantly white. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm not saying that these racist things don't happen or whatever, but golly, like it just baffles me. Like, I just seen Warren Sapp, and y'all know I'm a Bucks fan, so this kind of hurt me to have to unfollow him. But I seen Warren Sapp post he posted a meme about Barbie, and it said black women celebrated Barbie, and white women wanted to lynch Black Mermaid. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, we're not reaching like that, are we? Y'all don't believe me? Go to his page, Warren Sapp on Instagram. If y'all don't believe me, that meme is there. And I read this like, and I didn't even bother going to the comment section because I knew it was going to be a bunch of victims in the comments. Like, yeah, I couldn't believe I seen them all wearing pink. It's just like, yo, bruh. Out of all the things we could complain about, or out of all the things we could get behind, you took the time out your day to read this. And infuriated you, and you thought you was doing a preach job. And it's just like, what does that have to do with anything? And back to, like, what does this have to do with affirmative action? That girl got that Little Mermaid job because of her affirmative action. A lot of people got roles that had nothing to do with black people, so to speak, because of affirmative action. A lot of y'all got jobs because of affirmative action. Like, instead of, and I didn't really care too much for the Little Mermaid. I seen it when I was younger. Like I said, cool Disney movie, I guess. But as a grown ass man, I wasn't running to the theater. I don't have daughters or anything like that. If my sisters wanted to go see it, my sisters, both them out of school. My nieces, they could have went with my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not rushing to the movies to go see Little Mermaid. But if getting rid of affirmative action is that much of a big deal, why are we paying? Why are we putting so much energy in trying to be the black Little Mermaid, be the black or James Bond, or a female version of James Bond who will probably be a black woman, be the black Superman, even though granted they do have in the multiversal comics Val Zod. I can't remember the other brother's name, but still, it's just like, yo, if we are as dope as we constantly tell people we are, why can't we use our own stories? Why can't we get in a room full of writers, comedians, who play a big role in a lot of these movies and how they turn out, but a lot of people don't want to give them credit? Why can't we sit down, put our collective heads together, put our talents together, and create a banger? Guys, I am tired of seeing y'all crying and complaining about stuff. To me, this was a blessing in disguise, because it's just like, yo, look, we don't need them. Yo, listen, racism will always be around. Horrible things will always be around, and I'm sorry to people that happened to you, but take it from a guy that lost his scalp. It's really random. It's the luck of the draw. It didn't kill me, and here I am still able to push forward. But yo, like, bruh, I am not gonna look at every single, and I used to be like that. I'm not finna look at every single thing and wonder, like, how is this racist? How is this racist? How is this? Oh my God! Like, I remember somebody DM'd me. I put it on my story. I went to go see Oppenheimer, and it was like, yo, so you want to go see a white dude create a bomb? Da-da-da. I'm like, it was a good movie. One, two, I like Christopher Nolan's work. He, responsible for the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Memento, Prestige. I mean, the guy's resume it speaks for itself. But I'm just like, why do we always have to look at things from that perspective? Hell, shoot, Spike Lee he should have had blockbusters, right? He's made great movies, but none of them went to $1 billion. But we quick to sell out that and then complain that nobody else supports us the way that we do, or complain that nobody else pushes us. It's like the Carly Russell incident. I seen a brother, and I said this in a video, I seen somebody post on Twitter, and it was a black man, of course, simping. But he said, yeah, Carly Russell lied. And he skipped right over and said, well, there's 50-something or 5,000 something black women missing. We need to go focus on them. And I'm just like, yo, guys, why don't us as black men, if we care so much, or not even black men, because nowadays, black women are apparently stronger from what y'all say. So why don't the black community, whenever one of ours goes missing, why don't we go look for them? Why do we need national news? I don't give a fuck if they covering it. Everybody in that town know what's happening. Everybody in that town knows what's happening, bro. I do not need a handout from people that don't like me. I'm going to get a huge kick out of being around people that don't like me, knowing that I put an extreme amount of work in to get there. And guess what? Y'all still didn't want me there, and I still got here. But yo, I am not a victim, bro. I'm tired of viewing myself as a victim. Like, yo, it's like a sickness, kind of. Like, every little thing that happens, we always gotta say, like, even with the Dylan Roof situation, like, when he got off, everybody's like, oh, if this was a black dude, and no offense, I'm like, yo, he killed a bunch of white people. I'm not, look, he should be in jail because he killed a bunch of people. He had no business being there. But I'm just like, yo, y'all making it seem like he was a mass murderer for white people. Like, bro, we don't march when one of ours go on a killing spree in our neighborhood. But we'd be so busy to just place ourselves in the middle of the street when it's a car coming trying to be victims. And it's just, man. And like I said, maybe I'm not as well versed on this, but it just bothers me because people are still talking about it. I'm just like, yo, why don't we support HBCUs the way we see fit? Why don't we lift up our own actors the way that they see fit? Why don't we all support Spike Lee, Jordan Peterson, Tyler Perry, and them more, so that in turn it can create more opportunities, in turn inspire more people, in turn you have more black storytelling? Guys, I just want good storytelling. I don't give a fuck who it is, but I'm tired of woke panderism. Don't stick no black mermaid with a white dad, a white boyfriend. I think he was Asian, or my bad, a Samoan dad. I mean, we knew what that was. A Samoan dad, a white boyfriend, a whole bunch of nonsense going on around it. Don't come on, I don't want to see that shit. Like, damn, like this whole inclusion thing, man, it got y'all minds worried about, it got y'all worried about the wrong things. Like, yo, I can't be the only one watching some of these movies. Like, yo, y'all really, it's like the old Cinderella movie. Shit. Brandy had a white stepsister, a white mother, and a black sister. And the prince she married, he was Asian. Whoopi Goldberg was his mom. And I can't remember the white dude's name. He played Stern in Power. And I'm just like, so they made an Asian baby who's not even a hue of black? Like, as an adult, I can peep what they was trying to do back then. Because a lot of stuff that we complained about now, they've been planting the seeds about this way back then. So I'm just like, how does this even begin to make sense? To a child, they wouldn't care. But as an adult watching this, it's just like, I can't even take this serious. This movie doesn't even take itself serious. I don't know, man. Guys, playing the victim game to where you want people that don't like you to like you, that's corny. That's goofy behavior. That's sucker shit. I don't care if they start putting up whites only. I don't care what they do. We supposed to take care of our own. Everybody else does it. Y'all keep saying, oh, how come Asian this and how come the Jews get that? Because, hey, when something happens to them, they don't tear up their own neighborhoods. They go to the ones that actually matter and cause a ruckus there. And I'm not saying you should. They take their money out of a lot of these big corporations and make a dent that way. Perfect example. Rosa Parks and them. They didn't want us sitting on the front of the buses, so guess what? We marched. We boycotted the buses. They thought it was a good idea at first, and then they realized how much money they lost because how many of us was taking the bus. And then they said, you know what? You guys can get on the bus. We're sorry about that. You guys can sit anywhere you want on the bus. Boom. But instead of doing that, bro, you have so many, and we really don't have no leaders in our community, to be honest with you. It's just a bunch of celebrities that really don't know what they talking about. They just know how to speak with their emotions and their feelings. They just know how to be a victim at every single turn, and I'm getting tired of that shit, bro. Like, it's a lot of these dudes I used to look up to, and now I just sit back and just like, man. Like, you'll say anything they tell you to say as long as they're paying you good on whatever platform they got you on, huh? And me personally, look, if you can look at yourself in the mirror and still do all that, knock yourself out, man. That's just not me. That's not for me. And that's another reason why I am glad about the content creation era, the YouTube podcast era, because when you do sift through a lot of the BS, you do find real ones, and we're not subjected to watch what's just on cable television anymore. We're not subjected to watch the regular scheduled program and the commercials they'll have and everything. I turn the channel, or I just put on YouTube and go to the content creators that I do want to watch, or just look up something that I'm interested in. But affirmative action, getting rid of affirmative action was a good thing. The bad thing is we don't see it as a good thing. We see it as we're going back to slavery, which we're not. I mean, not the slavery that it once was, but, you know, I'll talk about that in another video anyway. Peace.